Welcome to Woman's Secret Signals, the place where confusion ends and clarity begins. Have you ever felt like she was giving you signs, but you weren't sure if they meant anything? Like one moment she's warm, playful, and close, and the next you're second guessing everything? Here's the truth most people won't tell you. Women rarely say attraction directly. They show it through subtle behaviors, body language, and emotional cues that most men completely miss. And that's exactly why you're here. On this channel, you'll learn how to read those hidden signals, understand female psychology, and respond in a way that builds attraction instead of accidentally destroying it. No guessing, no overthinking, no chasing, just real insight into what she's actually feeling, even when she doesn't say a word. If you're ready to stop being confused and start being the guy who just gets it, then hit subscribe because once you see these signals, you'll never miss them again. Let's get started. Let's start with one of the most overlooked but powerful signs of attraction: focused attention. When a woman is sexually attracted to you, her attention toward you changes in a noticeable way. It's not just that she listens, it's how she listens. In group settings, she'll naturally gravitate toward you. Even when others are speaking, her eyes tend to return to you. It's almost like there's an invisible thread pulling her focus back in your direction. You might notice she laughs more at your jokes, even the average ones. She remembers small details you mentioned in passing, like your favorite food or something you said days ago. That's not random. Attraction sharpens attention. Her brain is essentially saying, "This person matters, pay closer attention." Another key signal? Eye contact. Not the quick, polite kind, but prolonged, intentional eye contact. She might hold your gaze just a second longer than usual, then look away with a slight smile. That brief moment often carries more meaning than words. But here's where most guys mess it up. They either overreact or freeze up. Overreacting looks like suddenly trying too hard, talking louder, bragging, or forcing humor. Freezing up looks like breaking eye contact too quickly, getting awkward, or withdrawing because you're unsure. Both responses kill the natural flow. Instead, the move here is simple: match her energy, don't spike it. If she's giving you calm, focused attention, respond the same way. Hold eye contact comfortably. Speak at a steady pace. Let silences happen without panicking. This shows confidence, and confidence is what allows attraction to grow instead of collapse. Also, don't rush things. Just because she's showing interest doesn't mean you need to escalate immediately. Think of this stage as building tension, not releasing it. In short, when her attention locks onto you in a consistent, intentional way, that's your first green light. Don't overthink it. Don't try to impress her out of nowhere. Just stay grounded, present, and let her come a little closer on her own. Now let's talk about a signal that's even more physical, but still subtle: proximity. When a woman is sexually attracted to you, she will often close the distance between you without making it obvious. This isn't random. Personal space is something people naturally protect, so when someone willingly enters yours, it usually means they're comfortable and often attracted. You'll notice things like her choosing the seat next to you instead of across the table. If you're standing, she might position herself just a little closer than necessary. In a group, she'll gradually shift her body toward you, even if the conversation involves others. Sometimes it's even more subtle, like her feet pointing in your direction or her body angling toward you while talking. These are unconscious signals, and they tend to be more honest than words. Another big one? Lingering. She doesn't rush to leave the interaction. Even when there's a natural break in conversation, she stays. Maybe she finds a random reason to continue talking or asks you a question just to keep the moment going. That's not accidental, that's interest. But again, this is where many guys mess things up. They either invade her space too quickly or fail to respond at all. If you move too fast, like getting overly touchy or stepping too close, you break the comfort she was building. Attraction needs a sense of safety to grow. On the flip side, if you completely ignore her signals and keep your distance, she may assume you're not interested or confident enough. The key here is gradual reciprocity. If she moves a little closer, you don't need to jump forward, but don't step back either. Hold your ground. Let the space between you feel natural, not forced. You can also mirror her subtly. If she leans in while talking, you can lean in slightly too. If she stays close, stay engaged instead of pulling away. Think of it like a dance. She steps forward, you meet her halfway, not rush ahead, not retreat. When she consistently chooses to be physically near you, she's not just comfortable, she's inviting connection. And your job? Don't rush it. Don't hesitate. Just meet her there. Now we're moving into one of the clearest and most powerful signals of sexual attraction, touch. When a woman is attracted to you, she will often begin to break the touch barrier, but in subtle, socially acceptable ways. This isn't usually bold or obvious at first. Instead, it shows up as light, almost accidental contact. For example, she might touch your arm while laughing at something you said. She could lightly tap your shoulder to get your attention, even when she could have just said your name. Sometimes she brushes against you when walking past, even though there was enough space not to. These small touches are not random. They're tests. She's subconsciously checking how you respond. Do you pull away? Do you get tense? Or do you stay relaxed and comfortable? Your reaction here matters more than the touch itself. A lot of guys make one of two mistakes. First, they overreact and escalate too fast, suddenly trying to hold her hand, put their arm around her, or get overly physical. That usually backfires because it skips steps and makes her feel like things are moving too quickly. Second, they ignore the moment completely, acting like nothing happened because they're unsure how to respond. This can make you seem either uninterested or lacking confidence. The right move is simple: acknowledge, don't attack. If she touches your arm, you don't need to make a big deal out of it. Just stay relaxed, maintain eye contact, maybe smile slightly. If the vibe continues, you can return light contact later, like a brief touch during conversation, but keep it natural and brief. The goal isn't to escalate instantly. It's to show that you're comfortable with physical connection. Also, pay attention to frequency. One touch might be accidental. Multiple touches over time? That's a pattern, and patterns reveal intention. Touch is one of the fastest ways attraction grows, but it's also one of the easiest ways to ruin it if mishandled. So don't rush. Don't freeze. Stay calm, stay present, and let the tension build naturally. At this stage, attraction starts becoming more emotionally charged and playful. This is where things feel lighter, more fun, and a bit unpredictable. One of the strongest signs she's sexually attracted to you is when she begins to tease you. Teasing is different from normal conversation. It's not just talking, it's playing. She might make light jokes about you, challenge something you said, or pretend to disagree in a playful way. For example, if you say you're good at something, she might smirk and say, "Yeah, I'll believe that when I see it." That's not criticism, that's flirtation. Why does this matter? Because teasing creates tension and chemistry. It shows she's not just comfortable, she's engaged. She wants a reaction from you. She's testing your confidence, your sense of humor, and your ability to handle a little pressure without getting defensive. Another big sign is her energy level around you. Notice if she becomes more animated when talking to you. Her tone might be more lively, her expressions more expressive, and her body language more open. She might lean in, smile more, or hold eye contact while joking. This shift in energy usually doesn't happen with people she's not attracted to. But here's where things can go wrong. If you take her teasing too seriously, you kill the vibe instantly. Getting defensive, trying to prove yourself, or over-explaining makes the interaction feel heavy, and attraction thrives on lightness. On the other hand, if you completely miss the playful tone and stay overly formal or neutral, the interaction becomes flat. There's no spark. The key is to play along, not overpower. If she teases you, tease her back lightly. Keep it fun, not aggressive. Smile when you respond. Show that you're not easily shaken and that you enjoy the moment. Think of it like a game, not a competition. This playful back and forth is where emotional attraction starts blending into physical attraction. It builds anticipation, curiosity, and excitement. And if you handle this stage well, everything starts to feel more natural, less forced, more magnetic. Now we come to the final, and often most telling sign. She makes herself available to you. When a woman is sexually attracted to you, she will start creating opportunities for more time together. This doesn't always come in a direct way like, let's go out. Instead, it's usually more subtle. She might say things like, what are you doing later? Or, we should check that place out sometime. She may respond quickly to your messages, keep conversations going longer than necessary, or even double text just to maintain connection. And here's the key detail: she invests effort. Attraction isn't just about signals, it's about consistency. If she's making time for you, adjusting her schedule, or showing up repeatedly, that's no longer interest, that's intentional. But this is also where many guys completely ruin everything they've built so far. They hesitate too long. They second guess the signals, overanalyze every interaction, and end up doing nothing. Eventually, the momentum dies, and so does her interest. On the flip side, some guys go too far, too fast. They suddenly become overly intense, texting too much, pushing for constant meetups, or trying to rush things physically. That pressure can make her pull back just as quickly as she leaned in. So, what's the right move? Take the lead, calmly and clearly. If she's making herself available, that's your moment to step up. Suggest something simple: grabbing coffee, going for a walk, or hanging out in a low-pressure setting. You don't need a perfect plan, you just need direction. Confidence here is not about being aggressive. It's about being decisive without being pushy. Also, maintain balance. Keep your own life, your own schedule, your own priorities. Attraction grows when there's space, not when everything becomes centered around her. In the end, all 5 signs lead to this point. She gave you attention. She got closer. She initiated touch. She created playful chemistry. And now she's available. Your job isn't to force anything. It's to recognize the moment and move forward without ruining it. That's how attraction turns into something real.